What is up, guys? Chewyslayer is back here today, guys. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 tips to help you better utilize your Mcree. Starting off, guys, at number 1 is don't play Mcree if you can't land consistent headshots. When it comes to Mcree, his real damage potential comes from his ability to land headshots consecutively. If he's able to do this, he can melt people quite easily and quite fast. If you're not able to land them consecutively, though, you're better off picking another DPS, such as a soldier, who has more reliable damage if you can at least land body shot. Number 2, Flashbang defensively. When it comes to Mcree's Flashbang, it's arguably one of the most powerful abilities in the game, able to immobilize targets for easy damage, as well as it can cancel out certain ultimates in the game. And because of that, you need to make sure you're using it correctly and getting the most value out of it. Because of the long cooldown of the Flashbang, if you misuse it, it leaves you open for easy attacks from high mobility characters such as Tracer and Genjis. So making sure you use it more as a counter than an aggressor, you're going to be able to use it more properly. And one thing I don't see a lot of Mcrees do, which I think you should do as a Mcree, is call out your flashbangs. Calling out your flashbangs allows your teammates to know there's going to be a target soon that's going to be immobilized for 0.7 seconds, which can be openings for huge damage potential. One thing I don't see often enough is a Roadhog hook followed up by the flashbang to get the maximum amount of damage on the target. If you're able to pull this off, you can shred targets quite easily and get them down very fast. Number 3, use Mcree's primary fire more than his alternate mode of fire. If you guys don't know, back when the game first came out, Mcree's Fan the Hammer alternate fire actually would destroy tanks, and it actually was the best DPS in his kit. Blizzard, seeing this, actually ended up nerfing it and actually buffing his primary fire to make it more of a utility in his kit. And because of this, you're going to be wanting to use that more. But there is 2 situations where I recommend to use your alternate fire. The 2 situations is securing a quick and easy kill on a squishy hero or shredding barriers, because it's actually faster DPS than using your primary mode of fire. But when it comes to actually dealing damage to heroes and whatnot, always use your primary mode of fire over your Fan the Hammer, because it's going to net you more kills easily just because of the higher damage potential, especially when you're landing headshots, than the Fan the Hammer will. Number 4, positioning. When it comes to Mcree, he has one of the lowest mobilities in the game for a DPS character, and because of this, a lot of the times he can be overwhelmed very easily by high mobility characters, especially when his flashbang is down. So when it comes to his positioning, you need to keep this in mind at all times. Where are your medics situated and where are your tanks? I recommend always staying by one of these things just in case you might get overwhelmed. Of course, you can take up the high ground if you feel like they're not being dived too much, but I always recommend keeping in mind where you have place to retreat so you can stay safe and stay alive and dealing your damage potential out, because when it comes to Mcree, the lack of mobility is more likely going to lead to his death more often than not. Number 5. Only high noon when it's safe to do so. When it comes to Mcree's high noon, it's the hardest ult to land in game, and it also makes Mcree the most vulnerable he will ever be in game. Because of this, you're going to only want a high noon when you can do it safely. It's good to get picks with the high noon, even if it's just one pick. And because of this, a lot of times you're going to be very selective about when you're high noon. You might actually hold on to your high noon longer than you might think you want to. And because of this factor, you're going to probably be DPSing majority of the time when playing Mcree versus high nooning. This is the main problem with his kit, and I hope they do some fix for it soon so they actually give him at least like some mobility during his ult or something, because it really makes him vulnerable and it's very easy to counter. Well, guys, those are my tips to help you better utilize your Mcree. If there's any tips you would like to recommend, put them in the comments below. And remember, guys, to keep on chewing and I'll keep on slaying. See all of you guys in the next video. Bye bye.